What would you tell your younger self? If I could go back in time, I'd tell him to open his eyes a little wider. Life isn't a race to accumulate wealth, meet expectations, or follow someone else's script. It's about building a life that feels authentic and free. It took me years, but I've come to understand what true freedom means. Freedom isn't something we're given, it's something we create, sometimes in ways that require courage, resilience, and a willingness to break away from what we've been taught. The foundation of independence began with health. In my 20s, I thought health was something I'd always have. It felt like I could skip sleep, eat whatever I wanted, and push my body to its limits. But life catches up. I learned that maintaining my health was my foundation for everything. Health isn't just an afterthought, it's the groundwork of self-sovereignty. When you control your health, you're in charge of your body's energy, clarity, and resilience. And it's not about making drastic changes overnight. It's the small things, the habits we build daily that matter most. Years ago, I was hooked on convenience, quick meals, fast food, energy drinks, and today I'm more mindful. I eat real food and exercise regularly, not just to look good, but to feel strong. You don't wait until you're sick to start caring, you do it now. Building a spiritual backbone was another piece of the puzzle. In my younger years, I sought the meaning of life everywhere, self-help books, seminars, communities, and different philosophies. But true acceptance didn't come from a book or a lecture. It was in the quiet moments, sitting alone, listening to the stillness within. Spirituality isn't about a destination, it's a constant unfolding. For me, it's about connecting with something beyond myself. A sense of purpose that helps me make decisions based on my values, not someone else's expectations. I spend time in nature, meditate, or simply sit in silence. The quiet brings clarity, something that the world, always buzzing with distractions, rarely allows us. In my 40s, I thought financial success meant freedom. I hustled hard, growing my business, making sacrifices, and accumulating wealth. But somewhere along the way, I realized I wasn't free. I was trapped by the very thing I thought would liberate me. That's when it hit me. Financial independence isn't about having more money. It's about having control over how you earn, spend, and invest in ways that align with your values. I learned to think differently about money, not as an end goal, but as a tool for freedom. Financial freedom doesn't mean saving for a distant retirement. It means creating income streams that allow you to live on your terms. Whether it's through investments, building a small business, or developing skills that bring in side income, the key is to be in control. I shifted my approach to money, choosing opportunities that let me walk away if they didn't align with my principles. That's real financial independence, having the power to say no. Financial freedom, I realized, requires critical thinking. Society teaches us to follow a certain financial path. Work, save, retire. But real freedom comes from finding ways to make money work for you now. I look for ways to create income streams that don't rely on anyone else's paycheck. This could mean investments, learning new skills, or building something of my own. Financial freedom isn't about wealth for the future, it's about options for today. In rethinking independence, I also began to see my role as a citizen in a new light. When I was younger, I saw citizenship as something that was a given, a mere formality. Now I see it as an active role, a responsibility to participate in and shape the community I live in. I make it a point to engage in local discussions, support community projects, and even explore alternative forms of citizenship, such as becoming part of global networks that prioritize individual freedoms. Citizenship is sovereignty, and it requires vigilance and involvement. Whether it's protecting our freedoms or simply being aware of local issues, our role as citizens goes far beyond the ballot box. It's about asking the hard questions and being an active participant, not just a bystander. If I were to offer any advice on self-sovereignty, it would be to start small, but start now. Don't wait for perfect conditions or the right moment. There is no perfect time. Self-sovereignty is a daily practice built from the habits we cultivate. Society today is designed to keep us distracted. Endless screens, notifications, and noise, all begging for our attention, but clarity only comes when we quiet the noise. I set aside the 15 minutes every morning to sit in silence, no phone, no media, just me and my thoughts. It was uncomfortable at first, but over time it became my sanctuary. Those moments are where true clarity is born. Through this, I also discovered that the relationships must be chosen wisely. One of the hardest lessons I've learned is to be selective about who I spend time with. Relationships are a mirror. They can lift us or pull us down. I used to think loyalty meant holding on to every friendship, but that's a trap. Not everyone will support you, and that's okay. I focus on relationships that are mutual, supportive, and empowering. Surround yourself with people who lift you and believe in your vision. Those are the people who add true value to your life. Above all, self-sovereignty taught me to be the author of my own story. Life has a funny way of making us feel as though we're steering the wheel, only to throw us curveballs that remind us otherwise. Plans can go sideways, people may disappoint, and the future we envisioned doesn't always look the way we thought it would. But here's the beauty of it. Even when we can't control the events themselves, we always have a choice in how we respond to them. That's the essence of self-sovereignty, not trying to manipulate the world to fit our vision, but embracing whatever comes and deciding how we'll handle it. Self-sovereignty means taking complete ownership of my life. It's about resisting the urge to blame others or circumstances for where I am, and instead accepting that my life is a product of my choices. It's a challenging mindset to adopt because it means I have to let go of excuses. There's no one else to credit or blame. This philosophy is about freedom from the cycle of resentment, regret, and reliance on anyone else to fulfill my needs or shape my future. I am both the architect and builder of my life, designing each step and then having the courage to walk the path. Each day I get to write a new page in my story. Some days the words come easily, flowing out like poetry. Other days it's like slogging through mud, with each sentence being a struggle. Life is a blend of good days and tough ones, and achievements and mistakes, victories and lessons, but here's the vital part, and they're all mine. I can look back and say I wrote them honestly, facing whatever came my way. On the days when things don't go according to plan, I remind myself that the pages I'm writing are part of a larger story. A story that has twists, turns, challenges, and triumphs. I choose the paths I take, and I face the consequences of those choices. Whatever they may be, no decision is without its effects, and sometimes they're not the ones I expected, but each choice I make adds richness to my life, building resilience and acceptance. Even the mistakes teach me invaluable lessons and, in a way, guide my future steps. I don't seek perfection, only authenticity. When I fall, I get up, brush myself off, and keep moving forward. Every challenge I overcome strengthens me, and every setback fuels my growth. Self-sovereignty is the power to stay the course, even when it feels lonely or difficult, knowing that each decision helps me create a life that is fully, unapologetically mine. At 60, I've come to understand that freedom isn't a destination, but a way of life. It's the small daily choices that lead us there. The decision to focus on health, to manage our finances with intention, to cultivate meaningful relationships, and to define spirituality on our terms. Self-sovereignty is not a destination. It's about living deliberately, making each day count, and writing a life story that's authentic to who we are. Remember, this life is yours to create. Don't hand over the pen to anyone else, not society, not family, not your fears. Stand firm in your beliefs, trust your instincts, and make each day a page you're proud to write. And never forget, self-sovereignty starts with a single decision to live on your terms. Thank you for watching the entire video. Please leave a comment if you enjoyed this and like and subscribe to the channel to watch more videos.